personally decides when to attack high-level terror targets like al-Libi. It was one in a series of recent stories based on top-secret information. On Tuesday, an angry Republican Senator John McCAIN called for an investigation of these intelligence leaks.
Such disclosures can only undermine similar ongoing or future operations, and in this sense, it compromises our national security. For this reason, regardless of how politically useful these leaks may have been to the president, they have to stop.
Senator McCAIN is on Capitol Hill this morning. Good morning, Senator.
Good morning, Charlie.
Tell me specifically what it is about these leaks that you think compromise national security.
Well, two of the highest priorities that we have, as far as national security is concerned, is the issue of the Iranian nuclear the attempts of Iran to acquire nuclear weapons, and the other, of course, is the issue of drones, which are one of the key elements, as you just described in the previous story, in how we will keep al-Qaeda down. And by the way, I take a little issue with the previous report. Al-Qaeda is making a comeback in Iraq. They're still heavily engaged in Yemen and other places, and I'm sure the director of the CIA would affirm that. But the fact is that previous to this, we knew that we were attempting to infect the Iranian capability to develop nuclear weapons. This is all now out on the table. It is now all well known, and these hurt our national security. By the way, a small example: the doctor who helped us with eliminating bin Laden. He was identified and shouldn't have been. He's now just been sentenced to 33 years in prison. So there's a human side of this as well. So this is the most highly classified information, and has now been leaked by the administration at the highest levels of the White House. That's not acceptable.
Okay, but you're suggesting it was leaked by the White House for political purposes, if I understand you. And David Sanger from the New York Times reporter who just wrote the book has said that the Stuxnet explosion of information did not come from the White House. It came from other sources at the time, and that began to happen several months ago.
Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it, but also in his stories and other stories at the White House, they confirmed those as being factual. All they had to do was say, this is classified information and we won't discuss it. And administration officials at the highest levels confirmed these facts. They obviously shouldn't have done that.
Well, but here's what David Sanger says in his book.
Sure.
Following the practice of the Times in reporting on national security, I discussed with senior government officials the potential risk of publication of sensitive information that touches ongoing intelligence operations. At the government's request and in consultation with editors, I withheld a limited number of details that senior government officials said could jeopardize current or planned operations. So there was editing take place here.
There was some editing, so now David Sanger now decides, and administration officials, which top secret information, highly classified information, is okay to be revealed or not. In an honest environment, they would have declassified this information already if they had wanted to publicize the American people. Look, this puts American lives in danger, revealing our most highly classified operations, both in cyber war and in drones. So, I mean, that's just a fact.
Senator McCAIN, you're calling on a special counsel to investigate. How likely do you think that is to happen, and what do you hope will be accomplished by that?
Well, Senator Levin has agreed for us to have a hearing. Senator Chambliss, the ranking Republican on the Intelligence Committee, is deeply concerned about it as well, given the post that he holds. Look, this is a breach of national security, and you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig.
I think I heard that in a campaign somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
But look at this. One last question.
Yeah.
I think it came from your vice president, did it not? Your vice president nominee. This is the New York Times today, the story you just heard. Al-Qaeda's #2 said to be killed in a drone strike. I mean, clearly these things are done by this administration. They seem to be successful. I mean, is there a leak in national security that this reporting about these kinds of things is taking place?
No, I think, for example, the elimination of these individuals is perfectly unclassified information and is important information. But the kinds of information that was leaked to the New York Times and other outlets obviously are breaches of national security. Otherwise, they would not be classified. You know, what we're hearing from the administration now, well, it was really okay. If it was okay, then make it public. Don't do it in your dealings with a reporter from the New York Times. That's what this is all about. And of course, it makes the president look very decisive. And it really gives very little credit, frankly, to a lot of the other men and women who make these things happen. One of the things I've noticed about leaders is they give credit to others and not take it for themselves.
Senator, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Well, it is back to